A race has ensued to finish filling potholes in Bengaluru, particularly after the CEO of online trucking platform, BlackBuck, Rajesh Yabaji, decided to relocate the office from the Outer Ring Road or ORR area, citing unmanageable traffic and poor road conditions. But then, much like before, there is chaos and confusion which seems to stare at the project of filling potholes, and this despite the ruling government's assurances that the tech capital would receive a major push in road development with 1,100 crores allocated for repair and construction projects, and even they are trying to increase the budgets even as we speak. When I say confusion, ladies and gentlemen, I meant for who? For the people of Bengaluru, who voted this government to power, and the sheer frustration which is now manifest on the part of two of the top men right at the top of both the government as well as the party in Karnataka. First, the Chief Minister himself, Siddaramaiah, who in his first ever meeting with engineers of GBA over the weekend lambasted them, holding them responsible for the condition of broken roads in the city, and set 31st October as the final deadline to get their act together. He said, and I quote, "Why have you studied engineering if you can't fill potholes? Because of your inaction, the government is being ridiculed. Aren't you ashamed? Even the so-called repairs are unscientific and substandard. Can't you see the suffering of citizens? If this continues, I will have no option but to suspend you all. If every pothole is not fixed immediately, the chief engineers of all corporations will be suspended. No excuses will be entertained." Very strong words. So, he warned the engineers, and he also set a deadline of 31st of October, which is like right now. He also ruled over the fact that despite the budgets being increased, there is a complete lack of coordination between major stakeholders like BMRCL, Bescom, BDA and BWSSB. Now, on the other hand, was the statement from Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar, who alleged there was a conspiracy against his government and they were being picked on unnecessarily. Listen in.
ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಸು, ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಡೆಡ್ಲೈನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಡೆಡ್ಲೈನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್ 30 ತಾರೀಕು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೋಡ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮೋಟ್ರಬಲ್ ರೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮಳೆ ಆದಮೇಲೆ, ಮಳೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಂತ ಮೇಲೆ, ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗೇನು ಬೇರೆ ಮೇಜರ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅದು ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ತಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಡೀ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ನಗರಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಮಳೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅನೇಕ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ನಗರದಲ್ಲೂ ಗುಡ್ಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ನಗರಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ವಿಡಿಯೋ ತರಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಗಮನದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದವರು ಬೇರೆಯವರೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ.
D.K. Shivakumar said very clearly that it is all over. Why is it that Bengaluru is being picked? He also, of course, made a reference while I was reading this article, and he said that when I come to New Delhi, I live in Safdarjung Enclave, and the road right in front of my house has so many potholes. Why are you picking on me? He also put the blame squarely in the central government's court and said, and I am here quoting him, I am appealing to all industrialists who have raised the pothole issue to speak to the union government. Please ask the centre how much money they have given to Bengaluru despite Karnataka being the second highest in the country to contribute to the central government in terms of tax. So look at it this way. So even as the Chief Minister is issuing warnings, the Deputy Chief Minister is in an accusatory mode and making it sound like it's no fault of theirs. But then, as always, what about the people of Bengaluru who want to walk and drive on these very roads that politics is being played on? Let's debate. We have Satya Prakash ji, Vice Chairman and spokesperson for the KPCC, joining us, and Anand Gurumurthy, spokesperson for the BJP, and AHS Raghavendra, civic activist and program lead by BClip BPAC. A very, very warm welcome to all of you. I will start with Raghavendra. Raghavendra sir, I want to ask you, look at this, there is a dichotomy. On the one hand, we have the Chief Minister who's saying, I will suspend all of you. Why are you not doing enough? What is the point? You have no shame, like a school teacher. And his anger is maybe justified. He says by October 31st, I want results or else I will suspend all of you. On the other hand, you have Deputy Chief Minister who's in this, defensive mode, soft peddling. Why are you blaming me for everything? There somehow seems to be one targeting the other. It's almost like the Chief Minister is saying, please get your act together. DKS, you are the head of brand Bengaluru. Bengaluru's development, enough is not happening. On the other hand, he seems to be almost saying that his hands are tied. And in all this, Raghavendra ji, it's people like us, the common people of Bengaluru, who are really suffering. Have they bitten more than they can chew, Raghavendra ji?
Okay, firstly, we should understand what is the budget of BBMP this year. This year, BBMP has seen the large amount of budget. It is 19,930 crores. And the large chunk of budget which is allocated for the surfacing of the road, that is 700 crores. Last time it was only some 400 500 crores, and also some 6,000 crores are also allocated for white topping. But let's compare that. I think what Siddaramaiah sir is very right. The sacking some 2 to 3 engineers who are not doing work, which will set the example of making brand Bengaluru even more better. Since we have been traveling in this, because I have also traveled in some other cities like Chennai, Mumbai, and then Hyderabad, and different countries also. Yeah, we also witnessed the potholes, but not the potholes which we have in Bengaluru city. Bengaluru has a large number of potholes, because then let's not compare with other cities also. Bengaluru is contributing second largest income for across India, and also our per capita income is 8.95 lakhs. And also we have 550 plus unicorns, we have 250 plus women-led startups. Because we contribute a lot of to the state government and central government. So this is the infrastructure we are facing it. I think let's not compare to other cities, and let's not do the blame game. Our BBMP has a budget, the central government and state government has a budget, but the only thing is the lack of belongingness and willingness to solve the problems. That is what
there is a lack of willingness. I can only read it as lack of political will, Raghavendra. I'm a journalist. Also, by blaming a couple of engineers does not work. Who knows, the engineers, poor things could be very, very qualified. But what about, again, the political will? Again, someone will say they are corrupt. Why are they corrupt? I will ask you, what is the government doing? So the thing is that the buck stops at the government, at the door of the government. Let me now bring in also the spokesperson for the BJP, Anand Gurumurthy. Anand, what is this blame game which is going on? Topping has started in some places. Again, what will happen? Like in your government did the topping during Bommai's tenure, and after, let's say, 6 months or 1 year, all the roads again back to square one. This kind of blame game, I just see that the Karnataka government, and I am not particularly naming the Congress government, but somehow they have failed completely the people of Bengaluru. They are not able to get their act together. Anand Gurumurthy.
See, one thing is, Bengaluru receives a lot of rain, accepted. Bengaluru roads need more maintenance, more funds, accepted. Every political party has understood that. Now, before Bommaiji resigned in 2023, there was a surplus of about 2,000 crores, of which they plan to use 500 crores only for the pothole rework. Because consistently from 2020, Bangalore has received too much of rains. But as soon as this government came into power, they showed off saying that we have made some promises and will go accordingly. They didn't fulfill the promises till day. Similarly, they spoiled the infrastructure in a big way by not investing even a single rupee towards proper pothole restoration. If they have invested some money, I don't know where that has gone. They have to answer that also. Because of this, unscientific way of doing things, and then the DCM and the CM saying whatever they want, every day they have a new statement. In fact, they play good cop, bad cop very nicely, confuse people, grab their votes, make their mullah, and run away from any kind of responsibility. And finally, tell what did the central government do. This is how this Karnataka government has been working from 2.5 years. We are fed up. Now we have been questioning this in assembly, parliament, everywhere we are questioned. Now the people themselves, the flat owners and other people who are coming out in Vartur and Whitefield areas, they're coming out, they're grouping and talking. They are being, targeted by this administration of Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar ji. They are being targeted and they are being told that FIR will be raised if you don't go inside. You cannot protest here. This is the way in a democracy. These people who are the, they say they are the backers of constitution. They hold a red book. Mr. Rahul Gandhi holds a red book everywhere. But actually speaking, they are doing some kind of a crime against the people of Bengaluru. They should stop this, get to work, and whatever is the deadline, they should show up on the road. And blaming engineers is not the way. You have to fund the engineers with proper allocation of budget, which is only on paper. Nothing is allocated on ground.
All right, Satya Prakash ji, please come in. Satya Prakash ji, first, I got a lot of calls from people because, our show on potholes does well. People in Bengaluru watch us and watch you, particularly you've been on our show for many, many weeks now. What is the deadline, Satya Prakash ji? CM says 31st October, DCM says November. Then the engineers are shouted at. There is from the starting point itself, there is confusion. CM shouts at the engineers. How are the engineers to be blamed? Who's the boss of the engineers? GBA. Who does GBA report? See, we know all this. On the other hand, the DCM says, oh, what roads? Why are you targeting us? He goes on a passive aggression. There is complete chaos. All people want is set a deadline. 15th October, if you say, if it becomes 31st, it's fine. It's very difficult to kind of fulfill 15 days here or there. But there is completely what the right hand does, the left hand doesn't know, and vice versa, Satya Prakash.
I'll come to that. First, I'll go back to my friend Anand Gurumurthy, what he said.
Sure.
Do not forget that 4 years of BBMP was ruled by his government. We should also not forget that 20,000 crores BBMP assets were put, were put into the banks and brought the money. And it is Congress government which today has serviced all those loans. That is exactly what Mr. D.K. Shivakumar said. 20,000 crores these days put into the water, nothing happened. So today I will not play water bottle like what my friend Anand Gurumurthy is saying. But we will look at what the problems of Bangalore is. Today, the head of the state, Mr. Siddaramaiah, has said that October 31st, we will try to finish off all the potholes. Okay. Now, if there is some difference between the D.K. Shivakumar, what D.K. Shivakumar said, which was different from what Siddaramaiah said, Siddaramaiah clearly said that it is the job of the chief engineers of that particular zones to make sure that there are no potholes. And the work should be to that extent that tomorrow another rain comes also, potholes should not be there. And what the problem is, if we have to understand why potholes happen, whenever rain comes, a 1 feet around, small pothole happens. If you repair it immediately, the cost of filling up the potholes will be less. If you don't fill up at regular intervals, 3 months, 6 months, the potholes will keep on increasing because the capacity of tar is whenever the water comes, the tar moves.
Who should be doing it, Satya? Who should be filling it up, Satya?
I'm saying that the chief engineer should be filling it up. That is why the CM has said, why don't you identify the potholes before...
They don't report to BJP, no? They are answerable to your government, no? What are they doing then? Why are they inefficient? Why are they corrupt according to some people? Why are they so lethargic? Because there is no accountability. You are right. You come back. No, it's like stitches. If I get stitches here today, I'll have to go to the doctor after a week. If I don't go, septic will happen. But it's up to me to go, no?
Do you want the CM and DCM to go and fill up the
potholes? Not at all. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Then let them also not take credit. No, Satya. The onus, Satya, the onus is on the chief engineer and his team. But who will instruct them? Instead of saying, I'm warning you, no one is a school teacher here. No, there doesn't seem to be any coordination. The lack of accountability is my worry. Look at this, Raghavendra ji. Forget about IT, forget about unicorns. Even industrial hubs like Jigani, Bommasandra, Araholi, all of them are out now on the road saying no water, no roads. Now the thing is, even I was reading today, KIADB, which is Karnataka Industrial Development Board, is threatening to take back estates. They are saying we will go to this state, we will go to that state. Of course, the government and Satya Prakash ji was very clear, don't blackmail us. You want to work with us, sit across the table. Now, Raghavendra ji, listen to my, Raghavendra ji, Satya, I'll come to you. Raghavendra ji, I want to ask you, by just telling those engineers to get their act together, is it enough? Are they refusing to work? Is it a pen down strike? The problem is lack of accountability. Even recently, I will show you one report after this. Even after this, my colleague has done it. But before that, Raghavendra ji, this is not enough. It is shifting stuff. Oh, I didn't do it. He did it. He did it. No, he did it. What is this? Chinese whispers. Raghavendra ji.
See, in I guess July, August, traffic police have submitted the report saying that there will be some 8,200 potholes, and BBMP vetted that. BBMP says that some of them comes to BBMP, some of them outside BBMP. We will only fill the 7,000 potholes. So it's been there from from 3 months. The potholes are there from the 3 months. It is there from ages. It was there in BJP time also. It is there in Congress time also. It is there in every time. So, but the filling of the potholes, it's a BBMP has a budget, and I'm seeing one Twitter saying that Cholan sir said and Lata madam said that's why I'm going to do that. What is these people are doing? It's their job. It's AWE's job and Chief Engineer jobs and JHI job and others' job. Their work is to identify the potholes and fill it out. And BBMP has a budget. BBMP has a budget. There is also a separate budget for filling up the potholes and surfacing and road laying.
So what is the problem? Okay,
What is the
Raghavendra
problem?
ji,
That
what
is
is? I'm asking you.
Accountability.
Yes,
The
lack of
accountability.
accountability
And nobody
and
listens to,
half-baked
they are-
work which is being done. My colleague Mohammad Wajiullah did a ground report, gentlemen, from Whitefield, where a newly laid 5-kilometer stretch of road, it was there. It's turned into a nightmare for commuters. Take a look. I'll come back. See.
Well, I'll be taking you on a bike ride to show you one of the worst roads of Bengaluru, and I have been told that this particular road that we are going to show you was built just a year back, and in a year the condition of that road will just surprise you and shock you. So we are moving from here, and just 50 meters from where we have started is the situation of this road. This entire stretch, I think this is around say for all you know 20-30 meters road, and the entire road is filled with gravel and potholes, and there is no road. Only this part of the stretch where I am going is a road. On the left hand side, if I can show you that black vehicle, he is trying to go on that side because only one car can move in this road, and that is that white car which is moving. That is why the black one had to go from the left hand side. Now you have another 100 meter of this stretch which is clean, but after this what you are going to see is going to be a shock for all of us, because it is very difficult to believe that on a road like this which was built just a year back, the condition of this road is going to be like this. Now all of us are on the right hand side because left hand side clearly is not a road where you can ride your bike, but let me just take you on the left. Let me just take you around and show you. See, there is a bullet in front, there is another vehicle, and how difficulty it is for him to remove his vehicle. Now this is the situation in which residents are traveling every day. Look at this. Do you expect a thing like this on a road, on a highway? This is very deep. One of the deepest potholes I have seen. And imagine in night, during the night when you are riding on this road, the problems that you will face.
All right, Satyaprakash, any comment on this Whitefield highway? This was built just 1 year ago. I mean, you did due diligence, but look at the situation today. You were saying no. You were saying no, Sudha. It should be filled up. Why hasn't this been filled up then?
I'm seeing what your reporter Wajiullah is showing. It is not a fully developed area. If you see both the sides of the road, there is no development at all. So that is not a main road. It is an arterial road. So we need to understand. So you tell me a city where if I take the camera and go, you will not find such roads. So this is exactly what Mr. D.K. Shivakumar. Don't have selective outrage on Bangalore. You are not doing a service for Bangalore and Karnataka. By doing these stories, you are doing a disservice, is what I am trying to tell you. Please understand.
Yeah, I am doing a disservice. I am happy because the thing is, I am with the people of Bengaluru and I will stand with them. And much like you, Satya, on my show, many a times you have accepted stuff and said, Sudha, I will not play politics. Anand is also. Anand, go ahead, Anand. Go ahead, Anand.
See, this is the height of, irresponsibility by Congress. They have to own up. They have to own up and say, we will fix it. If the CM says, I will own up, instead of telling I'll dismiss the engineers, they should stand with the engineers. They should give them a budget, monitor the budget so that it is not wasted somewhere, and ensure
Why
that
didn't you
people
do
have
all
peace.
the
They have voted
engineering?
them to
Why didn't
power.
you do it?
They should have peace. They should
All
have
what you are
safety on the
preaching to us,
streets.
Mr. Anand
If they cannot
Gurumurthy,
do this basic
all what
thing
you are
and
preaching to
come
us,
to
why
news
you being
channels,
engineering
and cry
powers?
over it, I think this is height of shamelessness also.
No, no. Are you saying that your earlier 4-year rule was shameless? Don't use such derogatory language. Are you saying your government also was a shameless government?
Congress must understand this. You cannot say what happened in the past and say somebody is this, somebody is that.
BJP
Okay,
will bring a no
whatever you
problem
want to
in
say.
Bangalore.
But right now
And these shameless
you are
purpose,
being
are you saying
exposed to
your
the
government
people.
also was a
If
shameless government?
if somebody in the news channel is clearly showing a 1-year-old road,
Yes.
and you are telling it is a arterial road, is that the quality you are giving to the people? How much you have looted? How much your government has looted? You should be shameless.
On either side,
You are shameless to come on news channels and speak like this,
Anand,
Mr.
just
Satya.
a bit.
You don't defend the Congress government. You accept the mistake that has been done. Okay, news channels are exposing you day in and day out. You are telling your DCM
You
comes and
don't
says
have
it's a blackmail.
you don't have any
How wrong it
morality
is,
left to
Satya?
question us. BJP doesn't have any morality to question us because
You
are
do
in power
not
for
have any
nonsense.
morality to come and talk like this when somebody is showing you the mirror. The news channel is clearly showing a 1-year-old
All right,
road,
time
and
out,
you're
both of
shamelessly
you.
telling,
Let me come in, Anand. Anand,
Nonsense,
Satya,
for 4 years
let
you
me
did
come
BJP.
in.
Why did you say? Why
Let
did you do
not
that
the
road?
pot call the kettle black. Anand Gurumurthy, sir. We know the contractors who suffered during Bommai's regime. I remember, sir. I remember.
40%.
Iswarappa, sir, let's talk about the people, sir. Anand, let's talk about the people. Satya is, of course, Satya is.
We are talking about right now.
You are right.
We are talking about
You are
the
right,
potholes
sir.
in
You are right,
Bengaluru.
sir.
What is
You are
Satya
right.
telling? Satya is justifying that there are
Your
no potholes in
own
Bengaluru.
MLA,
Is
Mr.
that not
Munirappa,
shamelessness of
was
Congress
accused
government?
No one can
You
hear
can do
anything,
that.
Anand. All I'm saying is that subsequent governments seem to have failed the people of Bengaluru. And we are.
The current government is not fixing a problem.
Yes,
They have to be
I
held
think
responsible.
so. I
You
think
cannot
so.
keep telling
I
that
think
old
so. And
government
I've
was
said
like
this
that.
loudly. There is no accountability at all. Once the chief minister
that's what I'm
says,
trying to
"Oh,
tell.
why are you not doing it? Good cap." And there the bad call. This is what keeps happening.
No,
I want to
wait,
see.
Wait a second.
You know,
One thing is accepting the mistake. Second thing is not accepting the mistake and then blaming the people for coming out and protesting. What is wrong if people come and protest because there are potholes? Their children, children are protesting, and these people say there is politics in that.
letters have been written by school
You tell me,
children.
Sudha.
School
You
children.
tell me,
You're
Sudha,
right.
is
You're
that
right.
not height of shamelessness?
You are right. School children have written letters to Deputy Chief Minister, the Prime Minister of this country, for God's sake, saying, "Sir, help us." You know, Raghavendra, you are an activist, and I want your voice here, Raghavendra. This has really gone way beyond ridiculous. The people of Bengaluru, I'm telling you this, it is not about whataboutery. Oh, I lived in Delhi. Oh, I lived in New York. Then you live there. It's pretty much like what the government says. You don't like Bengaluru, no? Pack your bags, go. Don't blackmail us. Same theory applies like this. You cannot say Delhi is also very bad, Kolkata is worse. Why don't you get your act together in Bengaluru? Because you pay the highest amount of taxes, you've got unicorns, etc., etc. Tell me, Raghavendra, this kind of putting blame, ping pong ball which is being played, how long will it be tolerated? You tell me.
So it has exposed to all the public now. It is been a blame game from past many years. In 2013, Honorable the DCM says so. When our government comes to power, we will clear everything. We will make Bengaluru as a brand Bengaluru everything. Even though brand Bengaluru has launched, Sugama Sanchara is one of the main key point. Sugama Sanchara got 800 crores, but where that money gone? And we have not seen Sugama Sanchara. It's very Asugama Sanchara. When we go to road, it become like nightmare. Where we get the pothole. Where is the very mucks on the road? So that is the thing, and it is been there from the. That's what I am telling. So all the government failed to keep up the infrastructure of Bengaluru city, especially a road and potholes. Every time, and we know that, man. We know that monsoon pothole will arises. what the shady job, what we are doing it now, like, putting the mug and putting some, black topping and not doing scientifically. So I've been watching one video from the Indore and other cities. Scientifically they are doing it. That's what we want to do. If we do it like that, and
Okay, all
tomorrow
right. I've completely run out of time. Sure. No accountability and haphazard job, half-baked job. Satya, Satya, I was coming to you, Satya. Go on, Satya, then I will ask you the question. Go on, Satya.
I will promise through your show, I really appreciate you saying through your show you have been running from the government side. I promise the people of Bangalore within October 31st, most of the potholes will be through. And we will lay roads which will last for 20-25 years, like most of our urban planners have said in your show. This much I will assure. I am not a pessimist. I am
All these promises.
optimist. We will not cry like BJP. We will not cry like the opposition. We will do our job, and our responsibility is to the people of Bangalore. We are not responsible to the opposition.
Best wishes, Satya, from my side first. Okay, if you do this, great. Okay, nothing, no questions to Satya anymore after October 31st.
That's a very good.
Sudha, in fact, even will honor you. But this is not going to happen through your current regime, Satya, because those people don't know. They just are throwing words. Even you may go and do a better job than Mr. Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar. I don't know why you are promising on their behalf.
Even as we are smiling because of what Satya said, it brings. Go on.
And I live in the city. Unfortunately, you and I live in the city. We cannot run away from this city like the BlackBuck CEO.
Correct.
We have to live here, and we will die in Bangalore, is all I am saying.
Correct.
And I am an ever optimist. My government, Congress government, will make sure that the lives of motorists in Bangalore will be definitely better from
All right,
October.
but on a very light note, Satya, what if you are not able to meet 31st October? Who will you blame? Engineers? Papa?
No, 95%, I am telling Sudha, if there is something, I will take the blame. I will myself will take the blame. But if I take the blame, are you happy? There will be some problems. I will not assure 100% problems, but we will solve 95% of the problems.
It's a good start. It's a good start, Satya. Why blame you? At least you are taking it on your chest.